they actually brought it to the forefront, and everybody took notice when they came on the scene. In America especially, they made it popular, and they brought in all the English bands. They made it possible for them to come to America.
Did the Beatles have a major influence on our culture?
Yeah, they had a great influence. They ushered in a lot of facets of rock and roll, not only their clothing, but songwriting. A lot of people before the Beatles, didn't write their own music. The Beatles wrote their own music. They changed the way concerts used to be in just clubs or performance halls, and then Beatles, like Shea Stadium. They changed concerts altogether after that. People played in sporting event venues and whatnot. They changed fashion. They changed, like Sgt. Pepper, they changed how you put lyrics on the back of an album. It used to be you had to buy singles.
They made it okay to grow your hair long. They brought in Beatle boots. They totally changed the way people dressed, and they totally changed music, of course. Music changed drastically when they came about. There wouldn't be bands like Led Zeppelin, and there wouldn't be bands like, guys like Justin Timberlake wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the Beatles.
Do you have any other thoughts about how the Beatles revolutionized music and culture?
They just did it all. They broke ground before anybody else. They were the prototype, as it were, whether it be music, fashion, clothes, the way you recorded an album. The first album the Beatles recorded, they did it in a day. Sgt. Pepper, they took 6 and 7 months just to record that one album, because they were using the studio as an instrument, essentially, and they changed the way you recorded albums back then.
The Beatles are still influencing us today. Even the young people are listening to the Beatles, and younger bands are actually still playing their songs and learning from them, and that's how they get started. They start playing the Beatles, and then they start playing other stuff.
What would music be like today without the Beatles?
We'd all be listening to stuff like Doris Day, and music would be boring today without the Beatles. It really would. It would be, I can't say boring, but it would be more subdued than what we have today.